Chapter 12. Your first courthouse step. Getting comfortable and getting started. If this book is your introduction to real estate in general, or to foreclosure auctions in particular, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by all there is to know and do. That's normal. Everyone was a beginner at some point. The best advice I can offer you is this. When things start to feel like too much, simply take your time and trust the process. Right now, your job is simply to start. The least overwhelming way to do that is to remember that you don't have to buy anything. You can take just a single, small step. There's nothing stopping you from looking at foreclosure notices online or building a spreadsheet. There's no reason you can't have an enjoyable afternoon drive by a property on your way home from work. No one can stop you from taking a peek at Google Maps or visiting Zillow for some sales data. You're welcome to look up public county records and read the loan documents. With that in mind, consider some of the simple steps that follow. They're all virtually free to do. They entail no risk, and they'll help you transition out of uncertainty and discomfort. 1. Sign up for free access to our resource page. You'll get access to sample spreadsheets, agreements, and checklists for every step in the book. Just visit biggerpockets.com/foreclosure bonus. 2. Visit sites like Realtor.com, Zillow, or some of the others listed in the resources, and start by searching out your own home on the big real estate sites. Let that be your first project. It can be the first listing on your spreadsheet. 3. Take a stab at valuing one or two properties that have sold without looking at their sales history. You can then check your work by looking at the actual sale price to see how close you came. 4. Attend an auction. Why not? It's free, it's fun, and there's no purchase necessary. 4 easy steps. You can do them whenever you want, in any order, comfortably and safely without spending a dime. So be curious and take a few small steps. Create your own foreclosure college and grant yourself an honorary doctorate. Consider this book your undergraduate degree. But never forget, risk and reward are conjoined twins. There will come a time when being comfortable and safe won't take you any further. There will come a time when you need to leave foreclosure college and head out into the big, brave world of the real thing. For now, though, just begin. Take a baby step. And really, go to an auction. It's more fun than you might imagine. Dip your toes in the water. You might like it. And when you're ready to swim, when you've gotten your strokes down and you're ready to toss away the life preserver, then go for it. The other upside. Foreclosures are never fun. Not one. Not the homeowner, the lender, the county, or the trustees really wants a foreclosure to happen. Still, the business gets a bad rap at times. The story people like to tell is that an unfortunate soul fell on hard times and the greedy bank took their house and forced them out on the street. The people like you who want to buy foreclosed properties are sometimes painted with the same negative brush. Even though you didn't borrow the money, you didn't loan the money, and you didn't foreclose on the home, it can still feel as if you're doing something wrong. Profiting from someone else's misfortune is what some people call it. That's an easy story to fall for and become angry about, but it's just a story. Foreclosures happen for many reasons, and they're not always about the bank or the economy or greed. Last year, we purchased a home at auction, one of many that year. We knew the home was still occupied, and one of our first jobs, as always, was to stop by the property and talk to the occupants. Ideally, I wanted them to stay on as tenants. This is always a tricky moment. You can never be sure how people will respond. In fact, even though I know better, I still sometimes secretly hope that no one is home so I can just leave a note and walk away. This time, that's exactly what happened. As on so many other days, I tucked a note in the door explaining the situation and got back in my car. There were more houses to see, more doors to knock on. Later that night, I received the following email. Dear Aaron, thank you so much for reaching out to my husband and me. You have made an extremely difficult and awful situation much easier for us. My husband and I would be thrilled to stay in this house. The rent is just fine with us. We appreciate you working with us. You let me know what you need done, and we will do whatever you need. Thank you again for your kindness and patience. These are the stories you don't hear about in the foreclosure business. Stories where someone falls on hard times, and then someone like you buys their home at auction and lets them stay on as a tenant. Someone like you, in other words, helps them get back on their feet, and maybe even helps them buy back their home. There are stories about homes that have been empty for years until someone like you comes along and cleans up the property, renovates the house, and then rents or sells it to new owners. Those are the times when the neighbors come by and shake your hand, offer their tools or their lawnmower, or even pick up a shovel and pitch in. There are times, in other words, when foreclosures, as tough as they can be, end in gratitude. It's not always easy to buy a house on the courthouse steps. And even when you do buy one, it's not always easy afterward. But that's the point. If it were easy, everyone would do it. And you're not everyone. That's why there's money to be made at auction, and why you can make it. In our worldview, that's why there's also good to be done. We think of auctions as the turnaround point. It's when the pain of the homeowner, the pain of the lender, and the pain of everyone else who may have suffered through the process finally begins to turn the corner. People get repaid. Homes get repaired. Wounds begin to heal. Buying at auction might be difficult at times, but that doesn't mean you aren't doing something positive. Here's to your first day at the courthouse. May it be a successful one and the first of many more.